Lily, there's a new CubFan The List episode. You remember what that is. Come on, sit down. You remember it, the series where he has that list that he's going through of all the stuff he wants added to Minecraft. He's got some really good ideas. Come on!
Sniffers should dig up plants from Minecraft's actual past.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know that sniffers are supposed to dig up plants from Minecraft's ancient past, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Currently, they dig up the torch flower and the pitcher plant.
They do.
Both plants added when the sniffer was added.
He's right!
You think you're fooling, Mojang? Regardless, Mojang have an opportunity with the sniffer to do a very cool thing. Actually have the sniffer dig up ancient Minecraft plants. A long time ago, Minecraft had a one tall rose flower.
I love the rose.
This flower
I always
was
talk about how much I love the
players.
rose.
It was one of only 2 flowers in the game until it was removed in Minecraft 1.7.2 and retextured to the poppy.
Worst update removing
This was
that.
met with widespread condemnation by players. Wouldn't it be cool, though, if Mojang brought it back?
Yes,
Enter
please,
the
Cub!
sniffer,
Tell us
a
how!
mob whose sole purpose is to dig up ancient plants.
That is his
What
purpose.
if the sniffer could dig up roses, but wait, there's more.
There's more!
Bedrock Edition, then Pocket Edition, also had a rose texture. However, it was blue due to technical limitations at the time. Why not have the sniffer dig up this as well? Bringing back a much beloved relic of Bedrock's past as well.
Lily, someone should really, make like a mod or maybe a data pack about that. Me? But I don't wanna. I don't wanna do it. Why does it have to be me? Okay, if I have to. Come on. Let's go to the computer. Let's go on. Oh, that is not supposed to happen. Come on. I broke the chair back. We'll fix it later. Come on, let's go to the computer. Now, get off the fridge! Why are you on the fridge? So I went and made the new old flowers for Sniffers data pack. Woo! This adds into the game the old removed red rose but also pocket editions blue rose, and you might be able to see back there, and if you just get on my face, there we go, also a special Bobuar rose. So what you do now is you can get yourself a sniffer, preferably not on the roof, and have them sniff the ground, and that will give you a chance to either have the normal pitcher plants and torch flowers, but also you get the opportunity to get the red rose, the blue rose, or the special Bobuar rose. Once you've obtained these from the sniffer, then you just look at the ground and you just click, just like you would with any block. Then if you want to remove them, you just look at it and right click, and it'll break it, just like a normal block. So to make it a little bit easier for you to actually see the hitbox, if you press F3 and B at the same time, it'll bring up the hitboxes of all entities. So you'll be able to see that a little bit easier, but it works even without. You just punch them. There we go. I just found while testing that, because it doesn't show like a black outline, it makes it a little bit easier to see. So there are a few things to note about this data pack. Most flowers, all flowers in Minecraft can only be placed on certain types of blocks. These can actually be placed on any types of blocks. And you know what? Just for you, I know it's a feature that you've wanted in the game for a while, and I thought I'd add it in. Flowers, these flowers can be placed on the side of blocks as well. And also, if I head over to these trees over here on the underside of blocks. So yeah, I thought it's a little bit interesting. You can destroy them in the same way. You just hit the hitbox. So yeah, things like this are just how the data pack, how the placing of blocks work with the data pack. I'm not sure if there's anything I could do to stop that, but I did think it actually could lead to some quite interesting things, maybe with trees and kind of see-through blocks. You could just put a few underneath, things like that, and give a little bit of color to trees. Maybe some players might find that interesting. The flowers also, you can place them on other flowers, because you can just see this. If you can see the block on the floor, then you can kind of do that. I thought it looked kind of cool in some situations, so I kind of left it in. They can also be placed, as you saw over there, on big pots. So what you do is you shift click and they'll go on top. If you just normal click, they'll go inside the pot. So you have to do that. And you don't need a little pot on there. I mean, you can put a little pot on there like that, but you don't need to do that. For little pots, if you click on them, nothing will happen. If you shift click on them, they'll get placed above the pot. So what you do is if you look at the block the pot's on and then click, it'll go and be put inside the pot like that. Also, I would like to mention that I did want to make it so you could craft these into dyes, but you can't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you can't have custom blocks be crafted. You can make custom recipes that make custom blocks, but you can't have custom blocks within the recipes. So, unfortunately, yeah, you can't do that. Sorry. Now, with this data pack, I did want to mention that you need to download two things for this to work. The first thing is the main data pack, and that will allow sniffers to be able to dig up the items, and also you to actually be able to place them and break them and stuff. But then there's also a resource pack which you need, which allows custom models to be loaded into Minecraft. Without that, you'll just see item frames here instead. So this data pack will work on server, but everyone will have to have that resource pack installed. I think there is a way to do it where everyone that joins a server like automatically has it downloaded, but you'll have to look into that, how that works. There are also two optional commands that you can get for this data pack, and I made them optional because maybe some players, if you're playing in survival, or on a server, you might not want other players to have access to them. So the first one is the give flowers command, and so what you do is if you just go to the download page, there should be a link to another download page where you can get these extra commands. So and then once you've got that file, you just drag and drop it into the Datapack's folder along with the main file, the main Datapack file, and it will just add it in. So there is a give flower command, which is /function new old flowers for sniffers give flower, and press enter. It will give you one of each of the flowers. So this is good if you're in creative mode and you don't want to wait for a sniffer to go and sniff up these flowers. There's also an uninstall command, and this removes all of the placed flowers from your game. It won't remove any from players' inventories, and you will have to be careful if you remove the main datapack file while players still have these items in their inventories, because if they still have the resource pack installed, they'll still look like as they do now, but if they place them down, they'll just place an invisible item frame, which can only be removed if you're in creative mode or with commands. And also it won't remove any from unloaded chunks. So I'll go and show off what that means. If I go /teleport, let's say 1,000,000 blocks away, right? So right over here might take a second for everything to load in, and I'm underwater. Great, okay. Right. So if I go and place a rose, let's say, right here, and then I run the uninstall command, which is /function new old flowers uninstall. If I press enter, that will remove the placed rows that I have. But if I head back to where I was, so I go -1,000,000 blocks, there we go. You'll see that the flowers placed over here are still there. And that's because these were in unloaded chunks. So if you are wanting to remove this data pack from your world, then I recommend running the uninstall command in every place where the flowers are, because without the main data pack folder, you won't be able to destroy the flowers, the placed flowers, like you would normally by punching them. So you would have to go and do that with commands, which obviously the uninstall command does for you anyway. So if there's any problems with the data pack, I'm quite new to creating data packs at the moment, so there are a few things that kind of haven't been set up yet. What I've done is I've created an email address where you can just go and send your issue with the data pack if there's a bug with it, or something doesn't quite work, or got some problem. just go and send an email. You'll be able to see the email if you go into the download page. If that's changed to something else, then there'll be some other thing there to go and send your things to. But for right now, it's going to be an email, just because it's going to be easy to set up and easy to manage. So that's what I've done. Hopefully you enjoy this data pack. If you want to download it, link in the description. Just remember that you do need the main data pack and the resource pack as well, or you won't be able to see the flowers. They'll look. I'll show you what they look like. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. Oh, you don't want your flowers to look like this, do you? Remember to install the resource pack, or yeah, you'll have item frame flowers. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to replant all these flowers because it looks really nice. This house looked really nice with all the roses outside. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy this data pack if you want to use it. Anyway, yes. I'm dressed as a sniffer. And goodbye!